Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Lincoln Park. We're here at Fullerton and Lakeview. There's the sign here, and they got this nice round feature here, this little plaza that they installed last winter. And it's nice here with the little petunias here. We got these rounded benches here. It's a nice way to enter the park. They moved the Divvy bike station over there. That's looking up Lakeview. Lakeview becomes Sheridan. Hey, John James, how's it going here? Welcome to Lincoln Park here. So, I know the protests in DePaul are still going on. I was there this morning on TikTok. I just feel like having a nice leisurely stroll here on a Thursday since I'm working from home, so I can hang out in the park here. Hey, Alvin, thanks for tuning in. Barbara Bishop, Bell, Shannon. Hey, the Lunch Bunch, thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, there's Fullerton, the Patricians, this nice French Renaissance revival with the mansard roof. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Danny, how you doing there? Bell, Anita, John James. Yeah, thanks, everybody. Anita, thanks for tuning in. And yeah, thanks to my moderators this morning there. I didn't plan on, of course, like everybody else, I woke up this morning and didn't realize they were going to remove that DePaul tent encampment there, the pro-Palestinian encampment there, the student protesters at DePaul University. So I scrambled and went over there, and it was fortunate that I was working from home, that I didn't have to go downtown, so I could cover that this morning. At the peak, we had 1,300 people, well over 1,000 people watching, which is always disconcerting. I couldn't even read the comments flying by. I appreciate my moderators for allowing. We got the full range of comments from people for and against what was going on there and everything in between. But it's a beautiful day here, so we'll hang out here with the geese. We'll just walk around the North Pond. I'm just enjoying taking a break here. Yeah, we need something more serene. I agree. Thanks, Crystal Blue Funk. Thanks for understanding here. Thanks, Anita. Thanks so much for dealing with that, and all my rest of my moderators. And Toya, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in there. Did I miss anybody? Yeah, we'll have a nice 1,500, Chris. Isn't that amazing? It shows you TikTok really pushes the controversial stuff, right? If it bleeds, it leads. You know, fortunately, the protests were peaceful. You know, it was pretty orderly compared to what happened at University of Chicago and Northwestern. Those were more arrests and fights, and it wasn't orderly at all. But and even like Columbia and UCLA. But yeah, it's very hard for me to stay neutral with the moderating there. You know, I'm trying to do like a news reporter. So yeah, we'll have a much more chill walk here with the Lunch Bunch. I don't want to put you through that. They're still protesting right now. Why do I need to go over there? You can watch it on the news. But no, I respect people's First Amendment right to free speech, and there's multiple sides. And so thanks for checking that out there. Yeah, let's go out here. We'll check the naturalistic tall grass prairie here by the North Pond. Maybe we'll see some turtles. We'll definitely see some squirrels. And we'll see what else is going on. Hey, Sharon, Julie. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Julie and Krista. Yeah, how's everybody else doing here? Mary Therese. Yeah, Mary Therese, thanks for being on this morning. 1.5K. That's amazing. I didn't even realize it was, you know, I was just trying to run the whole show there, and it gets chaotic. So thanks to my moderators, Mary Therese, Anita, Chris, Diana, and Sarah, and everyone else that was on this morning. If I missed anybody, Jessica, and all the rest there. And you guys are great there. And of course, Shauna was posting the time and temp. Thanks for that. And that always helps. Where are you at? What's going on? Look at the... yeah, it feels nice. It's above 70 degrees. It's going to get hot this weekend. It's going to get up into the 80s. Of course, we won't get up to the 80s by the lake, but the natural air conditioning of the lake will feel really nice this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. Well, tomorrow I'm going to Wrigley Field, so the plan is, thanks Mary Trees, Barbara Bishop. Yeah, I'm sure there were a lot of passionate comments there. Unfortunately, I didn't even see most of them, but thanks everybody. Yeah, tomorrow, the plan is to go to Wrigley. So this time tomorrow, hopefully I'll be with my friend Dave there. And look, here's the ducks here, just hanging out here. Cute little dog, how you doing there? There's the ducks. Yeah, what do you say there? And yeah, we're up here at the North Pond here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Here comes the geese. They're scooting on the pond there. Oh, that one took a dive. That one went under the water. There, it just popped out. Have you ever seen? Look, it did it again. They're swimming. They're going underwater. So let's go over there and see if we can get to the other side of the pond there. So you got some nice benches here. I really like the North Pond because not as many people come up to the North Pond. Many people just go to the South Pond because it's near the zoo. And it has that boardwalk that what we usually walk through in the morning. But the North Pond is a true nature preserve. They dredged it 2 years ago because it was starting to get too shallow and too warm. And so they dug it really deep at the north end. And it's still, the edges are still filling in with vegetation and stuff for the turtles. And yeah, Julie. Taco Jalapeno Salsa. Hey, thanks for the shout out to the mods there. My mods are great. I really appreciate it. And hopefully this time tomorrow, we'll be heading towards Wrigley Field there with Dave on YouTube. So the plan is, okay, so I want to make an attempt to go to Graceland Cemetery tomorrow. If the weather cooperates, Graceland Cemetery doesn't open until 8 a.m. So I'll probably start walking by 7 tomorrow, like usually when I go to work, for people that tune in the mornings there on TikTok. I'll head up to Wrigley Field, we'll walk up, we might go up to Buena Vista Terrace and get up towards Graceland Cemetery. It'll probably take me an hour to get up. Here's the baby geese. All the baby geese are up here, so we're gonna, if you like the baby geese, it looks like we're gonna walk by about 30 baby geese up here. This is why I want to walk around the North Pond. Isn't this much better than going to DePaul for now? And then once Graceland Cemetery opens, I'll switch to my other phone. I'll have two phones, so it'll probably be not as good resolution on the way up there, and then I'll switch to my better resolution phone, better camera. Yeah, they're filming them there too. And we'll try to film some Graceland Cemetery 8 to 9 or 10 o'clock until my battery runs out. Then I'll go to a library, charge up my battery for an hour, and then I'll meet Dave for hot dogs at Byron's, and then I'll come on YouTube here. At least this is the plan. This is all playing it by ear tomorrow. I don't know. It's always chaotic when we go to sports stadiums, you know. But here, hey, look at so there's the honkers right there. Here's the baby geese here. Look at all these baby geese. So they're different stages of development. Some are really growing here. Look at the baby geese here by the North Pond here. Can you count them all? There's so many baby geese here. There's the butterflies. There's all the baby geese there. What do they call them? Goslings? Is that the proper terminology? Yeah. Yeah, the professor. Yeah, Hendricks is going to pitch tomorrow, right? Hendricks is coming back. So we'll get to see the professor pitch tomorrow. I think he's on the roster there to pitch for the Cubs tomorrow. And hey, the Cubs won big last night. What was it, 7-0 or something? That was a great win there. How you doing there? Oh, look at these baby geese there just laying around. Oh, they're heading this way. They saw me and they're making their escape. So these ones are going to catch up. Look, look how them run. Look at them run. They saw them. I must be talking too loud here. They don't want to be on TikTok. But here, we'll follow these geese. Oh, there's a bike rider. Oh, no. Look at that. They're heading towards the water here, so we'll follow along with them. They decided to make... I must be considered a threat or something. Yeah, exit stage right here. We'll follow along with the geese here. Hey, they're going into the water here. So here, how you doing, sir? Yeah, we'll film them here. I'll get over here so I get out of the way. Oh, look at them swim here. So look at this nice view here. So here's the geese taking a swim here, taking a bath here in the North Pond by the casting pier. Let me zoom in here a little bit. I'm missing the comments here. I'm trying to, let me zoom in here. Look at that. There's at least 20 of them. I guess maybe, you know, more than a dozen. There's the geese here, the baby geese all swimming on the pond there. They're all keeping together there. Yeah, look at it. Bobbing their heads. What a good day here. Yeah, I'm lucking out here. I mean, none of this was planned here. We just took a walk by the North Pond here. We're seeing there. Let's zoom in there. Let's get them swimming. They're going to probably swim underneath the casting pier there. There's the whole big lot of them. But again, like I was talking to the nice woman, she fears there's too many of them because the normally like the snapping turtles and the owls get them. Yeah, count their feet and divide by 2. I can't count that high. But the owls, we lost some of the owls because they ate the rats, and then the rats were poisoned, and so then the owls were poisoned, and it's just unintended consequences of trying to keep the rat population under control here by the North Pond. But the geese are doing okay. The geese didn't eat it. So, all right. Nah, the poor mom. I know, the poor mom. No, this baby's. That's a handful to Lincoln Park. We're by the North Pond. I'm really looking. Let me check to see if I can see if the door is open. Yeah, the door to the Caldwell Lily Pool is closed. I can't wait to show you this season the Caldwell Lily Pool because, of course, we've seen it before last year. You know, it looks like a Monet painting with the lily pools. They got a little waterfall in there and a council ring and things like that. It's just a nice peaceful spot when it's open. But they're working on there's like a shelter there where people sit, that low beam wood thing. It almost looks like Asian, but you know, it's Caldwell designed it. And hey, look at these crepe myrtle. I don't know. Here's the butterfly. See, look, this is what's so nice here. See, they got the Peggy Notabart Nature Museum, the nature trails here. This changes all throughout the season here. You got these beautiful paths here. I'll turn around. I won't head to the other side. See the butterflies? So there's the butterfly garden interior, and they got this catwalk. And then I see butterflies flying around these flowers. There's a monarch right there. Look at that. There's a monarch right there. And of course there's migratory birds that nest here. Those red-tipped blackbirds are all over here. And then they call this the what is this called? The whippoorwill weed pool, or whatever they call this. You know, the water comes off the green roof of the Peggy Notabart Nature Museum. Look, there's a bunch of kids out there under the sculpture over there, so we'll give them some distance. I'll just show you. Yeah, see how there's a kind of a waterfall. It needs to rain really hard for you to see it, but picker weed pond. They call it pickerel weed pond. Here's the pickerel weed pond. These will get really large later. This little pool here, which is probably perfect for frogs and stuff like that. They got this rock wall in the Peggy Notabart Nature Museum there. That's so peaceful. Is that nice? Yeah, I never see this side of Chicago. I know it's Lincoln Park. You know, there's Jackson Park has things like this on the south side. You know, there's nice nature walks in Humboldt Park with ponds, and Washington Park. You know, all this, we're just in Lincoln Park. I live on the north side, next to Lincoln Park here, and that's why my father always said, he says, if you didn't live near the lake and the parks, you wouldn't like Chicago. And maybe he's right. I don't know. I'm so fortunate that I pay the high rent so I can live close to this park. But there's other parks that might be more affordable that have similar amenities. But this is really nice. The Peggy Notabart Nature Museum, we went in there before. They got these fly of the butterflies. They're gonna put them all over the city here, but we'll walk over this. They got a bridge that goes on this path that goes around the north pond and goes over to the casting pier. And so we'll cross right over there. Yeah, it's so peaceful. Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, here's the butterfly garden there. We got videos where we go inside. You get this nice little bridge here. Look at that. Deconstructivist. People are down there with the butterflies. Look at that. And you can see to the, that's where we started over there by Fullerton and Lakeview. People are out on the casting pier here. You got these nice benches. You can just sit out here with a book and overlook the pond. Yeah, this nice bridge here. Look how nice this bridge looks. That, you know, the Bart Nature Museum. So these flowers bloom all throughout the summer and fall, and they change. There's always like different restoring natural tall grass prairie. We can't imagine how beautiful it must have been before they plowed it under the prairies of Iowa and Illinois that were just these natural, they would grow as tall as the horse's eyes, they said, when they first, you know, the Native Americans, of course, knew about it, and the first settlers, before they plowed it under and made it all corn and soybean fields, there was tall grass prairie, grow 6 feet tall, you know, and it'd be all these wild, what we now call weeds, which are now these beautiful tall grass prairie wildflowers that they restored here in areas around the parks of Chicago. And you don't have to mow it. It holds the water better. You know, it can withstand dry seasons better than mowed lawn. And so much of suburbia has replaced this with the Kentucky bluegrass mowed lawn there, so everybody's lawn looks like a ball field. So some people are letting their yards grow up into this stuff if you can. But my dad, I tried to convince my dad that, he goes, no, I'll get a bunch of snakes. He likes mowing his grass. Fighting with the moles, you know. Yeah, the flowers bloom when you get to like August and September. The black-eyed Susans, the yellow, brown-eyed Susans, whatever they're called, with the yellow and purple flowers around these ponds are just fabulous. But yeah, see, I wonder why something caused this to lay down. We got the purple flowers here, but yeah, again, we're by the North Pond here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Yeah, it's like an English garden. Yeah, there's a nice butterfly here, sculpture or artistic painting here. So here we'll head. They got bird feeders here. They don't have them hanging there. They sometimes they put some bird feeders there. And here's the north end of the museum here. We got some stumps. Let's see if we see any turtles. Yeah, there's some turtles over here. So let's go over and check. There's a bunch of turtles on the log here. So we'll go past these geese here, and you get the nice views to the part of the Lincoln Park skyline. Yeah, the guy on WTTW talking about the town of Illinois. He started with Chicago, going to Lincoln Park and Wicker Park. Is that Jeffrey Bear, or is that somebody else? Yeah, there's several people that make good documentaries about different neighborhoods in downtown Chicago and history. And yeah, I've learned a lot by watching those. And I've been to events where Jeffrey Bear was the master of ceremonies. Here comes some more geese. So these are different. I think this is a different family of geese here. Yeah, here's a different family of geese. So we'll let them cross here. Let me zoom in so I don't scare them off here. There's the baby geese there. Again, are they called goslings? I guess I could need to look up what they're actually called here. Yeah. Hello, how's it going there, Lorraine? How you doing there? Thanks for tuning in. Miss any Aztec Warrior? Yeah, that's great. I like your name there. Terrazon, Bell. Yeah, sorry if I missed anybody. But here, let's zoom out here. There we go. Yeah, going by the geese here. The geese are here year round. You know, they stay through the winter. Hey, he's hissing at me. So, he or she. They're all having bird baths over there. They're flapping their wings. Here, let's go check out these turtles. So the turtles used to gather on that side, but since they dredged the pond, they seem to be over here. So we'll try to, and the thing is, I got to walk up really slowly. Sometimes if you walk up too fast, they'll all jump in the water. And I want to be able to film them here. Yeah, Jeffrey Bear, good. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for confirming that there, Taco. And Joe Ellen, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, welcome to the North Pond here. I'm glad everything's so green and summery. For us to have this nice weather in May is a good fortune, because sometimes in May it can still be cold, and we've been having a pretty nice, we had a few cold days earlier this week, but it's going to warm up just in time for the weekend. So look at those turtles. Look at the turtles here at the North Pond. Let's count the turtles there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Probably about 2 dozen, almost 20 turtles there. Is there a big one? Sometimes you'll see some big snappers. Sometimes there'll be a big giant snapping turtle like all off to itself. And here's some over here too. Look, there's turtles over there. Turtles all around. Look at that. North Pond of Chicago. This is a true nature preserve here within the city. And here, if I zoom back out here, you can see the skyline right there. They're checking them out too. Seen this, Tara? Check out these turtles here. See if I can get a little closer here. So, well, they got it fenced off, so it's hard to get down there. So we'll just leave them alone. And you see this, yeah, the Sears Towers over there. This is the stuff on Lakeview. That's Fullerton. But yeah, you get the nice views here. Turtle spotting. Yeah, we moved from train spotting to turtle spotting here. So there's the skyline here. So if we, yeah, look at that. A city in a garden, just like our Latin motto there on our states or city seal there. There's the turtles here. North Pond. We've got a gentle breeze here. Just warming themselves. They got their reptiles, so they gotta warm up their blood there. 100 eggs! 100 eggs, that's amazing. Yeah, that's a lot of, oh, look at these over here. So here's, I didn't even see these. Hold on a second. Here's some more, here, Chris, here's some more turtle spotting here. Look at all those turtles on that log there. It's another dozen at least, maybe 16 more. So there's one swimming around there. There's one swimming. Look at the turtles here. Lincoln Park, Chicago. What a peaceful. Yeah, this is such a great. I'm very, I'm very fortunate that I can live next to this pond and just take a walk here on weekends. And through the pandemic, I would just walk through here, and this park that we share, it's free and open to the public. Anybody's welcome to come up here and just cruise through this park. It's free because it's yours. Taxes pay for it, the maintenance, the Park District of Chicago. And look at these wildflowers here. So we've lost a lot of trees in this area. You see this trees dead? I remember, of course, I've lived here for 26 years, so I've seen, there used to be several trees here, and they've all died. I don't know if it's the ash borer or what caused them all to die, and now this is like an open meadow. But when I, just even a few years ago, there were several large trees here that we've lost. And you see the logs out there. Here's a heron. So here's more nature here. There's one of the short-necked herons. Sometimes there's long-necked herons. They look like cranes. That's just a regular. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not a heron. There's some more turtles there. So we'll get to see there's turtles up there, and then I think that's a heron. And they nest all over the place. They're protected. There, it's taken off there. They heard me talking. Didn't want to be on TikTok. So here, what we got? 12:31. Yeah, we'll just walk around the pond here. It feels really warm today. It feels like a summer's day. This is great. This is getting us ready for the weekend here. It'll be beach weather. Rocky's turtles from the movie Rocky. Yeah, I remember he had, I don't know their names. I know he had turtles. I remember that because that's how he met Adrian at the pet store, right? Yeah. And he would feed the turtles, Rocky, in the original Rocky movie, he had turtles there in his little apartment there in Philadelphia. Kingfisher. Oh, is that a kingfisher? Was that a kingfisher? It might have been a kingfisher. Thanks for the good information there. Look at these turtles. Turtles all around. You got all these logs. Yeah, so the kids are coming through here. They got field trips. I guess I see the people telling the kids to slow down there. Yeah, they're looking at the duck there. There's the turtles. There's some of the residential housing along Lakeview. Yeah, I don't know if it's a kingfisher. It might have been a kingfisher. I confused the herons with the kingfisher. Let me get away here so I'm not filming these kids here. There's a crepe myrtle right there. Yeah, they're looking at the ducks, and let's see here, people walking the dog over here. Yeah, I need to get a book. I need to talk to some of these bird watchers that come out in the morning with binoculars and their telephoto lenses. I saw them filming the owls, so we saw the owls. Hopefully, I assume those are the owls that are no longer with us, which is so unfortunate. Here we see how we can get pretty close to the edge here. They got some rocks here. There's a nice little turtle right there. Herons are bigger. Okay, good. Thank you. Thanks for the good information there. See, I need all the help I can get there. I'd say thanks for, so I don't misspeak here. All the right terms there. There's a nice turtle sitting there. And there's a duck over there. Lonesome duck preening itself here. But yeah, there's some more turtles over there. North Pond of Chicago. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hope you have a good Thursday. Yeah, is the camera straight here? Let's see here. Coffin Link. That's what they're called. Did you look it up? Yeah, Rocky's turtles. I got a rock in my sandal here. I got to get it out here. So here we'll head around the north end of the North Pond there. There you got the North Pond Cafe up here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. What a nice day here. Yeah, we got these high puffy clouds. So it's every once in a while we'll go in the shadow here. Yeah, it is peaceful. Peaceful refuge within the city here. And of course, you know, the park's wide enough here that you don't really hear Lakeshore Drive. You can kind of hear it off in the distance. That's the one complaint about the beaches, is you always hear that highway next to you. You know, and you notice on days when they do bike to drive, when they stop the vehicular traffic so people can ride their bikes on the Lakeshore Drive, DuSable Lakeshore Drive, it's so quiet by the beaches, and you're like, man, if there wasn't a highway here, you could hear the waves much better. But you know, I know that highway's such a major artery for all these lakefront neighborhoods that we can't do without it. But it has beautiful views when you drive up it, you know, as long as you're not stuck in traffic. But here, look at the flowers here. We'll go by the North Pond here. There might be some people walking their dogs up here. There's yeah, hear the birds there. North Pond Cafe here. This is a nice spot if you're looking for a nice romantic restaurant here by the Lincoln Park, because they got nice views to the skyline over here. See how we can turn around and see the good portion of the skyline here. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately the Cloud Gate Park is not open. The last time I checked, they still have it fenced off. Now they're saying it should be open next month. So I doubt it'll be open until June now. It's everybody's, you know, people have planned their vacations. They thought it would be open by now. I thought it would be open by now. They're still doing construction on Cloud Gate in Millennium Park, which is the Bean. Here we're looking at, we're well north of it now. We're like 3.5 miles north of that area. Almost 4 miles north of it, the north end of Lincoln Park. We're looking at the skyline of Chicago here across the North Pond. Nah, sorry, Sea Sky, but I'll be the first to let you know. Usually I go by it every week when we're downtown there, and I don't know what's taking them so long. They had all winter there was many days I went by, there was no construction going on, and I was like, here you got all winter, and now they're having to scramble, work overtime. I think it was all planned, you know. So they could, maybe they were waiting for materials, all these supply chain disruptions that happened, you know. But there, the North Pond, they got the little waterfall, they got this water fountain here. See, here's this, they fixed this big, this used to have drainage problems, and they fixed this when they dredged the pond, and they put tiling underneath there. That's the Hamilton statue up there by the Mies van der Rohe buildings to the north of us. And here we'll just continue to walk around this way. See the nice skyline views there. Yeah, hopefully they'll finish soon. So I'll give you a full report. I'll be sure to post a TikTok once we see it open, and we'll show you what it looks like once it's open. See, they got this bridge you can walk over there and connect back with the city, get under Stockton. We'll stick here by the pond here. I hope everybody's having a good Thursday here. Tomorrow we'll give this a try at Wrigley Field. Go to a game. And, you know, usually I don't live stream the whole games because I don't want to be annoying there. It annoys people. You're sitting here, I'm talking the whole time. I want to spend time with Dave. And, you know, it's almost like, just like with my father, it's almost rude that, you know, I'm live streaming, sitting right next to someone. Instead of talking to them, I'm talking to all you, which I appreciate. But, you know, to me, live streaming is best done solo, so I could focus on the comments and my audience. And it gets distracting, it gets annoying to the person sitting next to you that I'm always talking. You know, I want to enjoy the game, but we'll live stream some of it. I want to get some footage of the inside of Wrigley Field, especially on YouTube here in landscape. It'll look nice. So we'll try it this time tomorrow. We'll try to go into Wrigley Field and show you some scenes of before the game starts. Yeah, I'm sure there's spy cameras at the Bean. There's cameras everywhere. Well, they've had problems there in the past with flash mobs. You know, things get out of control. That's why they have security on the weekends. That's why we can't have nice things. Just like that portal they put up in New York where you could see Dublin and you could see New York, which is essentially a webcam. And people can't help themselves from mooning each other or flipping off people. Think it's funny, you know. Try to sell something. Really? Dallas Fort Worth, you got cloudy 68? Yeah, we're in the 70s, so wow, that's pretty cool for Dallas. There's some turtles. Let's film this right here. Thanks for tuning in, Julie. Sea Sky, how you doing there? Yeah, we'll let you know when they finish there. So yeah, there's some turtles and geese. Yeah, checking out the North Pond here. Get some logs. Yeah, they got this pavilion there. There's somebody sleeping in there, but that's okay. There's you got this little shelter. It's kind of naturalistic. Here's the Lucy and Lagrange. There used to be the Columbus Hospital here. When I moved here, this was still a hospital, and then they consolidated the hospital and eventually sold it, tore it down, and then in 2012 they built. Well, that's when this was completed. They worked on it for a long time. Lucy and Lagrange is the architect. And of course, those buildings go back to the 70s. And this one, hey, people walking a dog, taking a nap there. Yeah. Just heading around the pond here. Here comes the bus. Yeah, I want to enjoy the game time, actually. So happy we're back to baseball season. We're getting to the warm weather. Chris and I are going to go to a game end of the month, May 31st, I think. And yeah, this will be the first game I've actually went inside this year. Of course, we went up to opening day at Wrigley, and I went to opening day at Sox Park. But I didn't go inside either. I just went in Murphy's and the bars and walked around the outside, which was fun. But this will actually go inside tomorrow. At least that's the plan. Yeah, I have to worry about the copyright. You're right. That's yeah. Any accounts or descriptions without the MLB's explicit consent are prohibited, or that's what they say with the NFL, right? Yeah. Well, you know, Chris found that nice guy that he's got a huge following. He just films his reaction. He pretty much films himself sitting in a room watching a game and getting excited about what's happening. And you know, for cheapskates like me that won't fork out the money for Ricketts Marquee Network that you have to pay to see the Cubs games, that's a way to watch the games. I listen to them on the radio when I do, you know, because it's a way for me to, then I can just put it on the background. But it's always better just to go to the games. I think it was like 2008 I finally figured out, I'm like, instead of just watching on TV, why don't I go to games? And I think 2008 I went to like 25 games. I went to 25. I would just buy like the cheapest ticket in the upper deck and get me in the park. And as long as you're not sitting behind a pole, there's really no bad seat in the whole place. You know, you can be a bleacher bum there. And I know the prices for tickets are higher now. But then I would be able to get in for like 16 bucks. For 16 bucks, sometimes I'd get standing room only. I'd be like standing in the back there, you know. But you could move around. Sometimes you find a seat, open seat. Hey, Bleacher Creature, yeah. Yeah, you see those reaction videos there? Yeah, Chris found that. I guess other people do it for other sports teams too. There's a squirrel. Hey, look at this giant tree here. This squirrel's going up here. What is this, a cottonwood? What is this tree? It's a beautiful, it's bark. Look at this thick bark here. There's some really large trees, some geese over there. See how they tagged the tree? They got the numbers to them. There's some ducks. How you doing, ducks? Yeah, sit on these benches. Again, we're still at the North Pond here, 1243. And we'll do a full circumnavigation of the North Pond here. Yeah, I've been on the rooftops a few times. I've been mainly on the right field side, you know, where the old E. Adamus Cattle Eye building, and you know, here, look at this squirrel. See how they stretch out? Look at that squirrel there. Let's just zoom in here. They look like they're part of the tree there. Look how it's laying out there. That's a fat squirrel. How you doing there, squirrel? You got the whole summer ahead of you. You've made it through the winter, and now you get to lounge around there and get the dogs to chase you. Yeah, let's see if this squirrel says hello. They're pretty used to humans. I mean, like I said, some of them will, if you feed them, they'll crawl into your hand and eat right out of your hand. I've never seen squirrels do that anywhere else. You know, they're so used to humans, and they don't really feel threatened by the dogs because they can always run up a tree. Got their squirrel nest everywhere. But yeah, the rooftops are great. I remember going down, there was somebody's birthday, and they were like gambling. This was before there was like legal gambling, you know, and you would go underneath, and there was like these speakeasies. You go to these secret rooms, and they have like a roulette table and a craps table. I'm not joking. There was all kinds of stuff that went on underneath those rooftops when the game was going on. It was like wide open. And yeah, the rooftops are great. Now Ricketts bought them mostly up. Now they're all consolidated. But it's still a great, unique, where else can you experience a baseball game like that, where you're actually sitting across the street, looking into the field, and you're as close, pretty much as close as you would be in the upper deck of a other field, you know, because it's such an intimate, close, small field, Wrigley Field, you know. And the old days, people would just sit on their roofs and lawn chairs, you know, like those guys that sit out on that street with the batting practice balls, you know. Yeah, Maddie would go up that tree. Maddie would get that squirrel. Yeah, Maddie's been doing the zoomies, running around. You've been taking Maddie to all the open meadows there. I've been seeing the videos. That's great, Chris. And yeah, what a great dog. You picked a good one. See here, see they got this fencing, so they got this natural tall grass prairie area. They had a really nice one that they had to destroy when they dredged this pond, and they're trying to restore it here. Here's a nice little, I see people sit here and fish and have drinks. I don't know if you're supposed to fish here, but I've seen people do it. Here's the North Pond here to get the little pass. You see, we were on the other side there. We walked all the way around. There, look at that. She fall on her head. Yeah, I saw that video too. she was so excited, you know, she ran up to one side and then didn't realize where she was at and fell out the other side. And it was like, what happened, you know? How did I end up back on the ground? She was as surprised as everybody else. And you were like, get over here. You're going to mess up. You're going to injure yourself. So excited. Dogs are amazing. They're always living in the moment, you know? And we all can learn from that. Squeeze every little bit out of life. You're ready to go, you know. It's like, let's go, let's go. Yeah, calm and relaxing walk. You know, and I commend the idealism of the protesters there that we saw this morning, but I guess in my old age, I realize, you know, okay, so even if DePaul University would divest their investments in Israel, whatever, that ain't going to stop Netanyahu. It's a drop in the bucket. You got to get the big hedge funds. You got to get Warren Buffett and BlackRock and Vanguard, you know, and even then, they're not going to stop because of that. Now, it's good to make a stand. None of us wants blood money on our hands. You know, but where's it going to stop? We all pay taxes. We all pay taxes that go to the military-industrial complex. You're going to stop paying your taxes. You're going to go to jail for that. It's hard. These are hard dilemmas. We all face this. I faced it during the Iraq War. I'm torn about this war. It's a horrible dilemma, you know. And essentially, you're just fighting with the police, which stand in between you and the people you want to protest. They're protecting the power of the state, the power of the university. And the police get caught in the middle, you know. It's like that horrible video that we saw on Cinco de Mayo where the Latin Kings were fighting the Satan's disciples there and in Little Village, and they couldn't have the Cinco de Mayo parade because the two rival gangs were fighting each other and the police were in the middle. And there were women cops dragging some of those guys out of there. You can see in the video. I don't know if you've seen it. And those are some tough Chicago police officers, those women that were taking those guys in cuffs to the car, and they were true gangbangers, and the look on their faces, they were being dragged to a car by female cops. And it's great. It's a tough job, you know. They were able to reroute the parade there on Cinco de Mayo, Little Village there. And look at these little bells. They got I used to call those witchy fingers. You put them on your finger there. I don't know if I think these are a different style. You got those flowers we used to play with when we were kids here. I call that wild mustard there, that yellow stuff. Hey, Lorene, how you doing there? Yeah, I'm trying to get wisdom in my old age, Lorene. I'm glad. Thanks for tuning in here. We're by the North Pond here, so this is up by where I live. And we're north of the Lincoln Park Zoo here. We were just checking out the turtles. This morning, what I'm talking about this morning, they cleared out. There was a pro-Palestinian encampment at DePaul. We filmed it last week on YouTube, and then they cleared it out because the university finally had enough, and they used the Chicago police to clear out the tent encampment, and then they were protesting, so we went down there and filmed it. We had 1,000 people in the chat, 1,500. And my poor moderators, the comments were flying by. You can imagine all the comments we got, both pro and against. I was just trying to cover it like a news reporter. Both the protesters and the police were like, who is this guy? They're all scoping me out, trying to, like, what are you doing here? And I wasn't trying to exploit it. It was a newsworthy event. It was on the news, you know, like right down the street. I heard helicopters flying around all morning. But here we're by the North Pond. We're just having a nice, peaceful walk here. We saw baby geese. So if you missed it, you can watch the rerun. At the beginning, we saw like 20 or 30 baby geese and a big family there, and they jumped in the water. It's so beautiful here. And yeah, I caught the passion in the moment. That's why I sped it up. I'm like, how am I going to deal with this footage? You notice I turned the comments off. I timed it to Rage Against the Machine, and I sped it up. So you can't really see anybody's identity, even the police, except for maybe that one police officer at the end on the bike. And I'm like, I just don't want to deal with the comments. I just don't want to have to block or remove comments. I'll just turn the comments off. we'll just live it. It speaks for itself. People can tell what's going on, and proves I was there. You know, that's all it is. But what's going on here? They got see, they're putting mulch. They're putting mulch and dirt, and they're filling in the low areas. Yeah, they got the landscape crews, Christy Weber. They're working on. They got these little machines that have like tank treads and stuff. They got, yeah, Christy Weber. Is that they got a bunch of dirt there? Look at this. Yeah, they're backing up this truck. They got a dump truck over there. Yeah, they got a water truck. Look at this. Look at this little tank thing they got. Look at all this heavy duty landscaping. Yeah, they're backing it right up in there to park there. Look at this. This is a city that works. You were chanting while making your lunch? Chris, thanks for tuning in. See, they're blocking traffic. So since they're blocking traffic, I'll just cross the street here. It's perfect. So I can get across here. Look at this thing. Mud buggy. It's called a mud buggy. That's what that's called. So here's the bus stop. If I catch the express bus, this is the bus I catch when it rains. But yeah, see, they're dumping a bunch of dirt there, and they're filling in these low spots. I think that's what they're doing here. So I'll walk across the mud here. There, look at that. He's taking it off there. Look at that. Mud buggy. Park improvements in process. Thank you for your patience. Yeah. Lakeview and Fullerton Parkway neighbors. See, they're watering it down there. Oh, he's watering the tree there. Look, he's watering the tree. Nice. They're planting some new trees here. So 12:53. Yeah, we'll go up here. I'll tell you what, we'll walk up. We'll end it at the Wrigley Mansion. I want to show Lorene the Wrigley Mansion if you're still on here. There's this beautiful mansion that we show all the time near where I live. It's the most expensive property near where I live. It's recently sold for as much as $10 million. Let me head across here. But I think it's, I don't know if it's worth less now or more. I don't know the price of anything. How you doing here? And you can look it up on Zillow or something, or tax records. But there's YouTube videos where you can look inside the fixtures and stuff. These are like co-op buildings. They're pretty nice inside here. They're working on those. Some of them have fireplaces and all this inlaid wood stuff. That's a Mies van der Rohe building right there, 2400 North Lakeview. You're here. Thanks for reading. Good. Thanks for, yeah, here, see, this is, well, we'll show you the Wrigley Mansion. So tomorrow we're going to Wrigley Field. A friend of mine said, hey, you want to go to see the Cubs game? I said, I'll take off work. Game's at 1:20, so this time tomorrow, hopefully I'll be filming here on YouTube inside Wrigley Field, and we'll before the game starts. And in the morning on YouTube, I'll try to get up, weather permitting, I'll try to get up to Graceland Cemetery. It's not the Graceland in Memphis like going over with Elvis, but we got a cemetery in Chicago. It's called Graceland Cemetery, and they have a bunch of, it's like Spring Grove in Cincinnati. You have a bunch of interesting mausoleum tombs and monuments to famous architects and people like the Wrigleys that used to own this. The Wrigleys didn't build this mansion. It was a beer baron, just like the Dews house, D-E-W-E-S, the Dews house that we filmed, that Baroque house that has the statues for columns, that white one north of here. But this is the Wrigley Mansion. The top floor is all ballroom. Those windows on the top, that's a ballroom up there. They got that nice conservatory on top of the porch there. But the detail, it almost looks like spearmint gum to me too. You know, it's just a coincidence the way it looks. But look at this beautiful Gilded Age mansion. A beer baron built this, and then the Wrigley family bought it. They lived in it until the Great Depression, and then it was too much of a conspicuous residence. People would throw rocks through their windows because they didn't like ostentatious displays of wealth. In the Great Depression, they had to move to a different place, but it's still here, and we'll show you the front of it here. Isn't that nice? You see that, Lorene? Julie's seeing it. Yeah, you excited for the visit tomorrow? Good. Yeah, we'll check out Wrigley Field there. And look at this beautiful mansion that I'm lucky to live next to. And that's why, you know, this historic architecture in Chicago still remains. And that's the coach house. Look at the size of the coach house is larger than most people's regular house. See how they got three-car garage there. You can live in the coach house above the garages. They got this back, and then here's the back of the what I call the Wrigley Mansion here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. It's on Lakeview and Arlington. This is Arlington. Arlington's such a beautiful street. Yeah, we'll just head down Arlington because I want to show you. We'll go over to Clark Street here. Because look this street. It's a one-way street, and it just connects between. You know, it goes further, but it doesn't go straight across Clark. It kind of zigzags up a little bit, and they got this nice housing here. And the two streets north of us have gas lights. They have little gas lights on the street. Yeah, isn't this nice, Lorene? Isn't this beautiful? You see why? Here's why I stay in Chicago and deal with the cold winters and the high rent and the crazy crime and everything, because, you know, Brandy and Michael saw this. It's so beautiful in Chicago. You've seen it too. And we still got this beautiful historic architecture, nice housing, expensive housing. I mean, these are all, that's a multi-million-dollar home there, all these, you know, in the proximity to the lake and the park. High taxes, but that's why I stick around, because I can live next to all this stuff and just enjoy it, share it with everybody else. Richardsonian, Romanesque. Look at the beautiful rough-hewn stones, the facades there. Nice porches. And this connects right to Clark Street. Just a nice commercial strip here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. So we'll film more of this. I got to get back to work here, so I'll just get us to Clark Street. I'll show you up and down Clark Street, and then we'll wrap this up for now. You can, if you missed the earlier part, you can watch the rerun. That's the good thing about YouTube. And I'll try to do another TikTok tonight, so people get worried if I don't keep my regular schedule there. So even when I work from home, we'll just walk around the neighborhood here, go somewhere, figure somewhere else to go. We got a Wrigley Mansion, Catalina Island. Yeah, the Wrigley's owned a mansion in Catalina Island. The Cubs used to have spring training out there in the 40s, right? Yeah, you know, now the Cubs have spring training in Arizona. They used to have spring training in Catalina Island, which is an island out in the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, off of Los Angeles, off of Long Beach there. Yeah, you can go to Catalina Island and see the Wrigley Mansion there. Isn't that amazing? And then the Wrigleys have a mansion in Arizona too. They were everywhere. Here, Arlington and Clark. Yeah, it's starting to get cloudy. Yeah, we might get some rain. So that if you don't see me on TikTok, it'll be because it's raining. It's going to be hit and miss. I think I'll still be able to get a walk in. But here's Clark Street. Yeah, it's nice luggage there. And here's Clark Street looking north. So we'll be on Clark Street tomorrow for Wrigley Field, further north here. Wrigley Field's 1.75 miles that way. And here's the Gaslight Galloway Arms. See how these residential buildings, they turned them into restaurants and storefronts, and have a nice outdoor seating there. And so we'll check you later. House of Wings, thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a great rest of your Thursday. How you doing there? How's it going? And we'll check you tomorrow there. Thanks, Julie. Thanks, Chris, Cheryl, Lorene, and my Aunt Lorene. Thanks so much. And everybody else, Tara, all the way back to the front there. I'm not going to list everybody. So thanks for tuning in, Elena, and Cheryl and Belle. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tonight, weather permitting, and definitely tomorrow for Wrigley Field there. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, everybody. Yeah, the rain, Belle. See you later. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot. Taco jalapeno salsa. Yeah, see ya. Talk to you later.